What's up, everybody? And today we are carrying on with the paranormal, haunted, occult, scary videos that I'm really enjoying right now. Today is stories of people being possessed that will terrify you. This is by Grunge. I've never watched a video on this channel before, but please go over there, give it a like, subscribe. I'll leave a link down below. Very important that you do that. With that being said, I'm interested to see their format and see what it's all about. Possession. Do I believe in it? Do I not? I actually would believe more in aliens and ghosts than I would possession, I think. Let me know what you think in the comments down below. But let's watch this and let's find out what it's all about.
According to a millennia of religious tradition, our bodies can become vessels for evil spirits and even ghosts of former humans with nothing better to do now that they've crossed over to the other side.
Okay.
The most famous was, of course, the case of Roland Doe that inspired The Exorcist. But if you're not afraid to look, you can find all sorts of wild tales of people taken over by demons, spirits, and ghosts.
I didn't know that the traditional Exorcist film was actually inspired by events, though. You get that a lot with, like, exorcism films. They're always, like, inspired by real stuff, but how real is it, you know?
Loudun possessions.
Loudun.
One of the most notorious instances of possession came in the 17th century in the French village of Loudun, when an entire convent of nuns appeared to have been possessed by a series of demons with names like Leviathan, Astaroth, Zebulon, and Aegis Draman. No, wait, sorry, that last one is a Digimon. Anyway, these nuns appeared during a series of trials that accused the parish priest, Urban Grandier, of having made a pact with...
Could it be Satan?
You can probably guess that the
I do like the format of these videos. This guy's pretty funny, to be honest with you.
priest had not, in fact, signed the souls of some nuns away. According to Professor Gary Zabel, his problems actually came from being way too handsome and doing some not very priestly things with some influential men's daughters. Nevertheless, in a series of public exorcisms, these nuns screamed, convulsed, and spoke in devil language, leading to a public hysteria that ultimately ended in Grandier being burnt at the stake. The events of the Loudun possessions were famous enough to be turned into a book by Aldous Huxley called The Devils of Loudun in 1952, which was then adapted as the 1971 film The Devils. But this wasn't the first time these events supposedly happened. An almost identical case of possessed nuns also ended with a crispy priest in Aix-en-Provence in 1611.
Now, that one sounds a little strange. It sounds like more like a bunch of nuns became obsessed with a dude, like a cult type of thing. Again, I don't know how much I believe in possession and stuff like that. I think it's interesting when you think of it medically, that maybe, you know, some of these people have schizophrenia, but maybe not a group of nuns as a collective, but like when one person is possessed, it could be schizophrenia. I don't know. Either way, it's very intriguing. And I'd love to know more about it. I'm not religious in any sense at all, and I never talk about religion on this channel. And I feel like possession is very much tied to Christianity, right? And the Catholic Church. I don't know really anything about religion, guys. I'm not gonna lie. So I don't know.
Clara Germana Seal. The book Demonic Possession: Extraordinary True Life Experiences recounts a tale from 1906 in which a 16-year-old South African girl named Clara Germana Seal claimed that she made a pact with Satan and confessed as much to her priest, Father Erasmus Herner. According to the nuns at her school, the girl would rip her own clothes, make sounds like a wild animal, and could speak languages she had never learned. Seal would also recoil from the presence of holy items, demonstrated superhuman strength, was reported to levitate as much as 5 feet off the ground, and could transform into a snake-like creature that left fang-like puncture marks in a nun's arm after biting her. Father Herner performed an exorcism, and though he was able to remove the demon, Satan dropped the mic by levitating the girl one more time in front of a church full of people as he made his exit.
So, is that the one that's based, what The Exorcist is based off, like the traditional Exorcist film? Apparently, when that first came out, there was so much controversy of people, like, going crazy and throwing up after the film and all that weird stuff. I don't know how much I believe in that, guys, either. It sounds all a bit bizarre, doesn't it? But I don't know. I feel like if you're going to believe in ghosts, if you're going to believe in a bunch of paranormal stuff, then this probably falls in line with that. But I don't know if I even believe in ghosts, to be honest with you. Like, I like watching this stuff, but I don't necessarily believe it.
Michael Taylor. In 1974, Michael Taylor lived in a small town in England called Ossett, where he began attending a prayer group during a time of depression. When the group leader, Mary Robinson, tried to heal Taylor's back injury with Holy Ghost power, Taylor became obsessed with her, and the two would sit up all night making the sign of the cross over each other. As totally wholesome and not at all weird as that sounds, Taylor's wife naturally became convinced that they were having an affair. When she confronted them about it in front of the whole church, Taylor began screaming in tongues and getting violent, causing church leaders to agree that he was possessed and called for an exorcism.
That's a good way of getting out of being caught cheating, isn't it?
7 hours, 2 ministers prayed over Taylor and busted over 40 demons, but decided to leave the demon responsible for murder in there until the next day, which turned out to not be a great idea. Unsurprisingly, Taylor went home and took the lives of his wife and her dog. Police found him wandering the streets, naked and covered in blood,
Why the dog?
screaming, "It is the blood of Satan." Great news. He was found not guilty. Bobby Jindal.
What?
Unless you're a real exorcism nut, there's a decent chance that Bobby Jindal is the first name on this list you recognized right away.
Nope.
He was the governor of Louisiana from 2008 to 2016. He gave the response to President Obama's 2009 State of the Union address and was one of the many contenders for president in 2016. What you
Okay.
may not know is that while he was in college, Jindal performed an exorcism on his, quote, intimate but non-romantic friend Susan. This isn't some weird rumor cooked up by a political opponent either. He wrote all about it in 1994 in an article for the New Oxford Review called Physical Dimensions of Spiritual Warfare.
See, I thought like possession and all that stuff was from the past. Like, people still do this stuff today? Like, what?
Noticing that Susan was, quote, acting strange, Jindal decided to perform an exorcism together with members of his school's Campus Crusade for Christ, who restrained Susan despite her attempts to escape, rubbing crucifixes and Bibles in her face and being surprised that she kept swearing for some reason. While there is no clear answer as to the cause of the, quote, sullen mood that led to Jindal's suspicion, maybe, just maybe, it was that according to a Mother Jones article, she was undergoing treatment for cancer at the time.
Oh, geesh.
Annalisa
So this guy actually did that stuff. Like, that's real. What? Like, what? What?
Michal. How many times would you say is a normal amount of times to be exercised? Well, okay, 0 is normal. But if you had to be exercised, you would hope 1 would be good, right? Maybe 2? How about 67? A Washington Post article from 2005 tells the story of Annalisa Michal, a young woman in Germany who began arousing suspicion when she refused to walk past a picture of Jesus and also started to smell like hell, literally. She would speak in the voice of specific demons and damned souls, including Judas Iscariot, who apparently threw shade on Hitler by saying he was a, quote, big mouth with no real pull in hell. This incident was followed by a series of 67 exorcisms.
67? She probably had... she probably had to see a doctor.
Based on a ritual from 1614, during which Michal stopped eating. In the end, she was starved into her grave, weighing only 68 pounds at the end of her life. Wow, you might say. The Middle Ages were messed up.
Yeah.
This happened in 1975. Michal's story was the basis for the 2005 film The Exorcism of Emily Rose. So at least
This wasn't long ago. This literally wasn't long ago. That's really sad.
her horrible and needless death led to a towering achievement in cinema.
That's
Brother
really
Hermes.
sad.
There can't be a need for that many exorcisms, right? Sure, there are obviously a few circumstances when you've got to do, say, 67 of them. But generally it seems like you only really get one, unless you're Hermes Cifuentes, aka Brother Hermes, an exorcist who claimed in 2012 to have exorcised a staggering 35,000 demons over 25 years. That's 1,400 exorcisms a year, or nearly 4 a day. He lives in La Cumbre in the West Andes of Colombia, which presumably looks like that one scene in Ghostbusters, just like all the time. But surely his process has to be pretty simple, right? A little sprinkle of holy water, or a quick one of these,
The power of Christ compels you!
and then boom, bam, you're on to the next one, right?
What the hell is going on, guys?
Nope. Brother Hermes paints the allegedly possessed black and places them inside ritually drawn circles with chicken eggs in each of their hands. He interviews the demons, they crush the eggs, then he sets the ring on fire. Okay, fine. That's rad enough to do 35,000 times. Thanks for watching. Click the grunge icon.
That sounds like some sort of occult stuff. Now, listen, guys, I don't know if I believe this stuff. I don't. Especially that last one. I feel like he's probably making money from it or somehow. That usually happens a lot, right? What do you guys think? Possession? Is it real? Is it not? Come on. Come on. It's like, I don't know. I feel like there's a scale of things that I don't believe. Like, things I do believe, I think there's aliens. I feel like it's inevitable. The universe is massive. Makes sense. Animals we don't know about? Maybe. I don't really believe in Bigfoot, but I'm sure there's animals we don't know about because we discover them all the time. Ghosts. Nah, not really. possession. I don't know, guys. Let me know in the comments. Do you know about it? Do you have any idea about it? Do you have any experience with possession or anything like that? And also, are you enjoying these new horror paranormal reactions? Because I'm really enjoying them, guys. Members, you're beautiful and amazing. I love you, and I couldn't do this without you. I honestly couldn't make videos every single day if it wasn't for these guys right here. So thank you for supporting the channel as much as you do. I truly appreciate it. The Discord is very much ready. Should be ready this week, and tier 2 and up, you'll be popped into the Discord, and we can have a good old Chin-Wag, maybe about possessions and stuff like that. Links down below to all my socials, including the 2 different YouTube channels, Original Human Geek and Original Adventures. We should have a video going up on Original Adventures this week. It's going to be a ton of fun. It's been a while, so definitely go and check that out. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.